A woman in her early 30s named Lee Wai-yin was giving her idea in front of many employees during the board meeting of her company. Well, this should be our company's future plan. She presented her plan gracefully, which seemed to be accepted and appreciated by most of the members. But one person was against the plan. I don't support this plan. Let me decide it, Miss Lee. After all, I am 51% shareholder of this company. I don't want this company's downfall, right? He said harshly, more precisely in an insulting way. Wayne fisted her palm and controlled herself from snapping at him. As the new CEO of this company, I will take care of this company's future plan. Miss Lee, you should focus on the deal with Mr. Waste instead. And also, don't forget to give me Kang Enterprise file today, he said with a cold voice. Vine stopped her urge to snap at her ex-husband of 5 years, who deliberately bought her company's shares anonymously. She didn't know the reason why he did that. The meeting again began with him describing the future plan for the company. The meeting lasted for 2 more hours. He was working on his laptop when he heard a knock on his cabin door. Without looking at the door, he said, "Come in." The door swing opened and the small kid ran inside while a man in his early 30s named Jimin came behind. "Dada!" Up and a smile appeared on his face. He got up from his seat and engulfed the little boy in his warm embrace. Why wouldn't he? After all, the little boy named Taehyung was his own child. "I missed you." "Aw, baby, but we met during breakfast only. Also, I would have been home till evening." "So what? Evening is so late." Taehyung looked at his friend Jimin, who understood he was asking the reason behind their sudden arrival. He was sad that he couldn't show you his drawing during today's breakfast because he forgot about it. So I took him here. I wasn't able to resist his pouting face. "Read, baby." Jason nodded his head while lifting his right hand in which he was holding the drawing book. He smiled at the little boy and kissed his forehead. Then looking at Jimin, he said, "You know, right? I don't want her to talk to my child. At least not before he understands what's right, what's wrong for him." "I know, but I couldn't avoid his puppy eyes. He wasn't ready to do video call either. But don't worry, we will leave soon, right, Taehyung?" Taehyung pouted. "But we just came." Again that adorable pout plus his sweet innocent voice. Jimin looked at Taehyung as he melted and was now on Taehyung's side. I will not ask you to babysit Taehyung again." "You are just too soft for him. Also making me soft too. Only mom is good for him." "Oh mom, why did you went to attend the wedding?" he dramatically said, which made Taehyung giggle. Placed Taehyung on the table and all 3 of them started to watch Taehyung's drawing. Almost an hour later. That time, Ryan had found the file, so now she was going towards his cabin to hand him the file. But as soon as she went inside the cabin, she found a small boy sitting on the table while looking at some papers. He was probably around 4 years old. Why in front is seeing a child in the CEO's cabin? What a child is doing here? Is he lost? Hey dear, what are you doing here? The child looked at her after hearing her voice. At first, he was startled, but then he smiled at her, a bright smile. I am waiting for Dada. He go down to buy ice cream. Dada. She visibly gasped, noticing the resemblance of Taehyung in the child. This seems to means he had married again. Oh, what were you expecting, Ryan? Obviously he would. Remember that he was the one who had sent you divorce papers. Ryan's thoughts were disturbed by hearing the child's voice. Who are you, Auntie? I work with your father, dear. Anyways, what's your name? I am Lee Ryan. She said to the child while going near to him. She could have went away from here. But she couldn't resist talking to that adorable child. He was sure her ex-husband's child. She should have felt awkward seeing him, but instead she felt talking to him, watching more of his adorable doe eyes. I am Taehyung, Kim Taehyung, he said proudly, which made Ryan chuckle. Wow, Taehyung, you said your name so correctly. Ryan clapped for him, which made him a little shy. I practiced a lot time. Ryan ruffled his hairs while chuckling. Is that so? Then you are such a good boy. And good boys deserve chocolate, right? So tell me which chocolate is your favorite. I will give it to you. But Dada said don't take chocolates from strange unknown people. He pouted adorably, which made Ryan's heart melt. Really? That's a good habit. But didn't your Dada forbid you to talking to strangers? Yeah, he did. But dear, you were talking to me from the start. On top of that, without being shy. Ryan teased him, which made his cheeks burnt in red. Then he shyly muttered with the evident pout on his lips. I am liking you now. You are so pretty. Pretty. Ryan chuckled, not understanding what did this boy find pretty in her, cause she very well knows how messed up she was looking. Due to lack of sleep, her hollow cheeks, due to not eating timely, she had become unattractively thin. You have a weird definition of pretty, my boy, just like your dad. You know, Ryan, Auntie, you look like my mom when she go to school. You look like that. So you are pretty. Ryan frowned hearing him. But before she could reply, the door got open. Father Taehyung, who was saying, You know, Taehyung, I wasn't finding your favorite chocolate in the canteen downstairs, so I have to go outside. He abruptly stopped seeing Ryan with Taehyung, whereas Taehyung jumped on the table and ran towards him. Dada! His face turned cold, but still he picked up Taehyung. His eyes were shooting daggers to Ryan. Where is Jimin uncle, Taehyung? Why are you with Miss Lee? Aunt Roo was scolding Min uncle on the phone. He went outside. The child told his father, giggling, and Jimin, his best friend, in his mind, that Jimin will receive a mouthful from me too. He's becoming too much irresponsible day by day. Then he spoke to Vine in his cold voice after noticing the file in her hand. Keep that file on the table and go. I will call you later if needed. Okay, sir. Saying this, she started to go from there, but Taehyung went to Vine and held her legs. Let Vine and stay here, Dada. I like talking to her. But Taehyung, she has work. Let her go now. No, Dada. She stay here. She looks so pretty, just like mommy. Rose hearing him, whereas seeing the pouting adorable child, Vine couldn't help but said, if you don't mind, then I can take Taehyung with me in my room. Your child is really sweet. I don't have any problem. Don't you dare take him. And you, Taehyung, come here. Didn't I told you not to talk to any stranger? But Dada, you were talking to my aunt. Then how she's strange? Let it be, sir. After some minutes, he will feel bored and come back. Plus, I am not going to. Did I tell you to open your mouth? Just shut up and go. I will handle my child like I am doing all these years. He snapped at her, which made her flare her nose. Dada. What's happening? Why are Taehyung is whining? Everyone turned their head towards the doorstep and found Jimin. Who told you to leave Taehyung alone, Jimin? What happened? I just went for 10 minutes. Security camera and guards were everywhere, so I thought he would be safe. Plus, he was sitting on the table only. But there were so many people in the company from which I want to protect my child, he said while eyeing Vine, which made her furious. What did he just mean by this? Dada is talking to me and uncle, so let's talk to me, Aunt Vine. He adorably told Vine while smiling. No need for that. Jimin takes Taehyung my home. No, I stay with Aunt Vine. Behave, Taehyung. I said you were going home now, so go with Jimin uncle. Taehyung said little too sternly to Taehyung, which made the little boy's eyes filled with tears. Dada scolded me. Taehyung's lips trembled and nose flared, which caused Taehyung to feel bad. He was about to say something softly but stopped hearing her words. Oh honey, don't be sad, we will talk some other day, okay? Jimin, what are you looking at? Took my son to my home now. Jimin understood Taehyung's anger and immediately picked Taehyung in his arms. Let's go to Aunt Ru. When I said today I was with you, she asked me to bring you to her home. She will bake cake for us. Really? Yes, Sham. Okay, but will not give Dada cake. Yes, we will not. We both will finish it. Yeah, but give Aunt Vine some. She's pretty. Jimin just smiled at the boy and nodded his head after ruffling the child's hairs. After that, they were fully away. What's my problem? My problem is you. Who told you to talk to my kid? I know we were married in the past, but that doesn't mean I will harm your child. Grow up. You have some nerve in you to talk to me like that. After you approached my kid, weren't you satisfied after abandoning him more than 4 years ago? Ryan got frozen in his place after hearing his words, abandoning him 4 years ago. What this man is talking about? I just met your son today. Heck, I never knew you had second wife. For me to meet her years ago, so there's no question for me meeting your son. Oh please, one marriage was enough for me to get damaged, so never eating that shit again. Plus, I never said about you meeting my son because you didn't have time that time, right? Your lover that time was waiting for you. So you went to your lover dumping your newborn to some caretaker, even ready to dump him in orphanage. Don't talk rubbish. You can do disgusting things, but I can point it out. Bravo, Wayne, bravo. The more I think you can fall lower, you prove me wrong. Honestly, again, it's my fault. I shouldn't have expected anything less from a woman like you who left her newborn starving just to be with your lover, to satisfy your hunger. Wine gripped on the table as his words felt like acid to her skin. What are you saying, Taehyung? 4 years ago, after our divorce, I gave birth to a stillborn. How nasty you are, Wyan, that just to appear clean in front of everyone, you were stating our living, breathing son was born stillborn. He looked at her with pure disgust. Which mother does this? I'm ashamed that Taehyung has your flesh in him. My poor kid. His will suffer the result of me choosing a nasty woman as a partner. Wine's eyes widening, hearing him. Her breath hitched. Taehyung, my... She gripped tightly on the table with her shaking hands. Taehyung's and Taehyung's words kept ringing in her mind. You look like my mom's school pig. So you were pretty. I am ashamed that Taehyung has your flesh in him. My poor kid. Abandoning him for more than 4 years ago. She gripped her head with her other hand as she felt everything was spinning. He then angrily looked at her and said, "What are you standing here for? Go." But before he could complete his sentence, he saw her suddenly becoming unconscious. Her upper body fell on the table. Why?